So, according to this, we're live. How's that sound out there? Everything sounding good on y'all's end? All right. So, there was a very interesting interview that happened earlier today. I'm not sure everybody was able to catch it, right? If you catched our last podcast, we had a lot of information to get out, having to do with the Superintendent Mijares. He's the Eagle Pass Independent School District Superintendent. So Mr. Mijares just got a generous raise and a generous extension from the Eagle Pass Independent School Board trustees. Now, there was some resistance at the meeting. We'll call it that, but it was a good speech delivered by Miss Valdez. For those of you who know her, Miss Sonia Valdez. She, had the guts to get up there because I do know I've done it myself, and it's not something easy to do. One, you got public speaking. Two, you're speaking against people that may have either the power, the money, or something to be able to, um, do something or hurt you, or not in the physical sense, but you're talking to the people or a board that is running the organization that you're not agreeing with what is going on, right? So that's not an easy feat. But after that, we did a podcast and we brought, the issues at hand. And you know what? I'll be honest, you can't really blame Superintendent Mijares because they keep on voting the same people there. Many of the people that have been there, you're talking about over 10 years. Um, so that is what the situation is. I mean, you have board members there that want, we got out of the four that ran last time, there was two new ones. A lot of people thought that one of the new ones coming in was going to, be like the other new one that came in, and they were against what was going on right now at the independent school district at the Eagle Pass ISD. And what's going on right now is, there's what we've heard is a lot of favoritism. There's a lot of people that are getting jobs that are not certified, not qualified, teaching your kids. And then we have a lot of aides that have degrees, have experience, yet for some reason, other people without a degree, without experience in the classroom are getting hired in front of them. There's been several cases of that. And, if you're a teacher out there, I'm sorry that you have to go through things like that, but that's what news medias are supposed to be here for, right? So that is why we wanted to talk to you guys today, because if you were able to catch the interview that Samuel Mijares, the superintendent for the Eagle Pass Independent School District, he went out and did an interview. Not just any interview, an interview with an Eagle Pass Independent School District paid media. The ones that they went out and did an interview with, and it's the Eagle Pass TX News. If you saw the interview, you saw it. They are paid by the Eagle Pass Independent School District, right? So don't you think that that's kind of interesting that, let me go do an interview after, what has been said. We all know that a lot of residents out here are upset. They're upset, guys. I mean, I'm not here to sugarcoat. I'm not here to throw you bullshit, blow smoke up your ass. That's not my style, and I think you guys appreciate that, right? I'm kind of a no nonsense. Hey, it is what it is. This is my opinion. This is the facts. These are my opinions. You guys are allowed to formulate your own based on the facts, based on commentary, what have you. And it is what it is. But and let me know in the comments, guys. Do you think that a news media that is a predominantly based off of Facebook only, um, do you think that this media haven't been paid by the Eagle Pass Independent School District? Do you think they can be compromised? I mean, somehow, some way? Let me know in the comments or the comments. It depends on what kind of phone you're watching, right? It's either over here, down here. For me, while I'm watching, they pop up over here. For you, probably down here. But let us know in the comments if you think that that might be, something, or maybe we're reading too much into that, and that could be. It could be. But from what I have seen, and this is just, my opinion, is that when and you guys are probably seeing it too, news medias tend to favor those, or not even just favor, be friendlier to those that pay them. Am I right or am I right? Let me know in the comments if you disagree. There's nothing wrong with disagreeing. That's just my take at it. Is that, if I was in his shoes, let's play this devil advocate, and people felt some type of way about how much I was getting paid, or they weren't satisfied with my performance or anything like that, as a superintendent, as the CEO of a entity, right, public entity, where tax dollars are being collected from the public, and they're being dispersed or expended by this entity. That's what changes this from being, a normal business. That's a gas station over there. Hey, that's private money. The difference here with the school district is that everything is funded through tax dollars, whether it's federal tax dollars, local tax dollars. People's tax dollars go to these people's salaries, which again, Mr. Mijares is making a hefty salary. Let's go ahead and bring that up right now. So y'all, if y'all haven't had a chance to see this yet, let's see. Kind of looks like I'm in the way here. Okay, no, I think you guys are able to see me. All right. Okay, look. I mean, this is just to show you guys that, what we tell y'all because we look, we research, we see these meetings, we attempt to keep you guys informed, because I know you guys are busy with the families, raising families, trying to work a job. Everything's expensive nowadays, so I totally understand that, and that's why you have a dependable news media that is not trying to sell you bullshit here. I mean, we're bringing you the facts. You see, as you can see, they already updated. This is the addendum to his original contract. So this is the new one. So now it was extended to 2029. So you're talking about 4 years that this board added onto his contract. And it wasn't only those years that were added to his contract, it was 4 years plus 280,000 plus dollars. And that, guys, was, I think, a $10,000 raise. His other contracts right here. So he went from 270 900 and $700 a month for local travel. So you can see there, this was um, dated to July 30th, 2019. Okay. What's a little weird here is that it seems that he was extended out to June 30th, 2028, but they still gave him another evaluation. And they extended it, right? So he was getting 270, almost 271K, $700 per month in travel. All right. The new contract, here in this new contract, as you can see, extended through June 2029. That's 4 more years that he's extended there. Who makes that much in Eagle Pass? Man, I don't know. I do know another. You got the city manager makes about 170,000. I'm not sure what uh, Will over here makes at William Worrell makes at the UMC. I hope, honestly, and all with all due respect to every party, I do hope that William Morrell, the CEO of UMC, makes more than this, because not only does he have multiple locations of UMCs in Eagle Pass, there's also UMCs outside of Eagle Pass that are also fall under his purview or under his leadership. So I mean, he might be somewhere in the neighborhood or maybe in the high hundreds or something. But I mean, you can see, guys, this is a little ridiculous. It's he went up $10,000. He went up $300 per month. So he's making buku bucks, guys. You're talking about 300,000. That's more than a president makes. That is more than a U.S. congressman makes, more than a U.S. president makes. As far as comparable here, I don't think anybody comes close to that in the public sector, right? Of course, you got businesses that do their own thing and what have you and are successful, but that's the most I've seen anybody make. And we're actually talking about Paco Jr. Hey, what's going on, Paco? Uh, who makes that much in Eagle Pass? So that's exactly what we're trying to explain to you guys, is that if anybody might be close, it might be CEO William Morrell, that, from what I've seen, has taken these UMC hospitals to another atmosphere, right? Could you say that about the school district, though? Don't worry, I'll wait. And that's the point here, guys. I mean, you know, the most important thing, and this is why the school district should get picked on or called out or however else you want to say it. The school district should be all about our kids, your kids, my kids, everybody else's kids here in Eagle Pass, Maverick County. It should not be about the adults. It should not be about the politics. It shouldn't be about getting rich. Getting paid what you're worth I understand that. Everybody deserves that. But, Eagle Pass is a small market. We're a small market still. Paco, I'm not sure what you mean from the comment. We are working on getting some information so we can compare um, the different salaries. And what's important here, guys, that what y'all need to see whenever you're looking at comparing a salary to a superintendent is the enrollment. It's very important to look at the enrollment. I believe the enrollment in Eagle Pass is around 13,000. For those of you watching, if it's not 13,000, please correct me, but I believe it's around 13,000. So you got the superintendent making about $300,000 annually, and it could be more based on the sick leave, the vacation days, and all that, because he's allowed to get a lump sum from that pay, which benefit pay is separate than the dollar pay, right? You're just seeing the dollar pay, but just imagine he gets paid around a little less than 1,000, maybe $700 a day to be our superintendent. So imagine he misses 10 sick days, he's still gonna get paid $700 a day. If what his contract prorates out to, $700 a day. Damn, that's a lot of money, right, guys? But he's the superintendent, and that's understandable. There's a lot of schools, this, that, and the other. But is it really fair? And that's what we're trying to dig and find for you, because you cannot do an assessment without comparing the rest of the tangibles there, which is again the enrollment. How big is the enrollment versus what the performance has been, and then what the superintendent is getting paid. Now, whenever we came to you last time, we told you about the Eagle Pass Independent School District going from an A rating dropping down all the way to a C rating. Now, guys, that is not just a single letter dropping. That's a two-letter drop. Don't you want to know why we dropped so low? Makes you think, doesn't it? Now, which brings me to my next point. We we had our podcast and we, did what do we do? We call out what needs to be called out. Um, and the ones that, and I'll tell you just in case you don't know, the ones that keep on renewing his contract are the people you're voting for, the school board members. The five that voted in favor were Jorge Barrera, Hilda Martinez, Victor Perry, Morris Lipson Jr., and Tom Gonzalez. Those were the five that voted for a positive evaluation. The big surprise there, of course, that everybody's been talking about is Coach Tom Gonzalez voting for a positive review. And on the flip side, you have those that voted for negative, which was Jaime Barrera and Chris Hiller. They both voted against the positive review, and which, uh, I tend to agree with them too, because our school did go down from an A rating, what it was, an outstanding school district, and it got dropped down all the way to a C. Guys, that's not just, again, I cannot stress this enough. It's not just a letter grade down where you can, well, we missed here a little bit, we missed here. No, that's two whole letters that it fell, two whole letters that they dropped. That's way too much. And I like this next comment, so we're gonna post it. Almost 300K is insane for a C list superintendent. I mean, I agree. And the thing is that we may not even know what it ends up at the end of the year, because he still has sick leave, vacation days that in the contract it stipulates he can cash those out for a lump sum check. Damn. It's getting tough out there, guys. But look, excuse me, sorry about that. The reason why we wanted to call and we announced an emergency podcast, because we were able to catch interview that the superintendent did. Again, as we started this show, this interview was not just any interview. It was an interview with media that is already being paid by the school district. Again, now that we have our comments a little bit livelier than we did before, do you guys think that that could somewhat maybe cause a conflict? I mean, if a if I was getting paid by the EPISD and Mr. Mijares came to me asking, "Hey, let's do an interview," he's paying me $1,000 a month, 700 a month. All these news media is out here. You don't think that they're gonna be, tirándole the softball questions? Dale calmado, no me preguntas pregúntame esto. And I mean, look, you don't have to take my word for it. The interview is up. The superintendent Mijares did an interview with Eagle Pass Texas News. It's on their page if you go take a look at it. And I mean, you have the news media shit bending over backwards saying what an incredible job that the superintendent is doing. Now, that's a news media saying that. What are y'all's opinion? Because y'all are the voters. Y'all are the ones with kids in that school district, not that news media. Well, I don't know if he does or not. I mean, that's none of my business. But what I'm trying to say is that he's getting paid, and we're going to show you how much he's getting paid. We're going to show you that, how much he was authorized to get paid under Superintendent Mijares's leadership. Now, it's my understanding that the board is trying to rein in these advertisements, these payoffs to news media, but the damage has been done. And you can see very clearly is that, there you go. I think Paco said it really well. I'm going to go ahead and use his line. Thanks, Paco, for the contribution. He has media on a leash. Yeah, he has some media on a leash. And that's why you have a media that's willing to take an interview with him and will go out and tell you guys how much of a good job he is doing. Now, we ran a poll in the Maverick Times. It's still there if you want to vote. It hasn't ended, but that poll was very revealing. The poll says about 80% of y'all disagree with that extension. That's you guys. Eagle Pass TX News didn't vote in that poll. People like you, people with kids in that school district, us, we voted in that poll. And it was 80% saying they disagreed with the contract extension. But you have that Eagle Pass ISD paid news media trying to stuff down your throat. Ellos te quieren meter las palabras en la boca. They want to put, oh, he is doing a good job into your mind. Stuff it down your throat because he's a news media and a very well paid one by the district. And we're going to show you, we have the records. We asked everybody in news media that is getting paid by the Eagle Pass Independent School District. And those numbers are going to shock you. And those are your taxpayer funding. So what Mijares is doing, Superintendent Samuel Mijares is doing, is pretty much taking your tax dollars, giving it to the media to use them against you, to tell you he's doing such a good job. That's what the EP Texan just said, TX News, that Samuel Mijares as superintendent is doing a great job, a wonderful job. Yet the residents, the parents in this community are saying otherwise. So you tell me, where's the discrepancy? Do you guys think that Samuel Mijares, the superintendent for EPISD, is doing a good job? Hey, I'm not going to hold it against you. That poll ran, it ran how it is. I'm not there trying to scare people off that are going to say he's doing a good job. That's a matter of your opinion, your morals, your standards, and how much you care about your kids, right? I'm not trying to convince anybody here. All I'm trying to do is point out what the obvious is. Now, many of y'all, well, I won't say many of y'all, I'll say many of them out there, because I think that many of y'all that come here to watch what we say, you guys already kind of learned a little bit. And not from me, from them. Not from me. No, no. I'm not here to teach. You guys are learning from them because they're the ones doing the moves. They're the ones doing the tranzas. They're the ones trying to pull that hat over your head so you cannot see what the hell is going on. That's what's being done. You have a news media that's being paid by Mijares or the school district. He comes out on an interview with them, and that very same media says they're doing that Mijares is doing one hell of a job. That he's doing a great job in the district, even though it fell from an A rating all the way down to a C rating. Yet Eagle Pass Texas News is telling you he's doing good. See, Paco has a pretty good idea here. Let's see. Instead of paying the media, he should go to school media for interview. That way, he will help out the students get some experience with doing interviews. Imagine that. That's not a bad idea. Paco is all filled with all sorts of good ideas. Now, or even at that, Paco, why not go with a media that's not under the payroll? Maybe the very media that's criticizing you. And I'll take the opportunity and go ahead and say we want to extend the invitation to Superintendent Samuel Mijares to come on by. I mean, well, you can come on by. We can do this online. That's fine. But go with the news media that is directly criticizing you, that is not paid under your payroll. Because we don't throw softball questions, and you know that. You know that. And we don't have an end game here other than making sure your kids and my kids have the best quality education here in Eagle Pass. De eso se trata. That's how it should be. The kids are the focus here, not the adults, not the pay rates, no las novias, no las viejas, o los vatos, to each their own, right? But that's the point here is the kids. The kids should always come first. Right now, the culture at the school district, your kids are last because they are hiring people that are not qualified. They are hiring people that don't have degrees, and they're putting them in front of aides that have been there for years that have degrees. For whatever reason, maybe they haven't passed the test, but they've been there 10 damn years teaching. I mean, we'd hope they'd all pass the test and we're rooting for them every time they do. But if they have that qualification, they have a degree to teach, they have experience already in the classroom. Experience already in the classroom should trump anything else that's coming in. I mean, especially without a degree. What do y'all think about that? Now, that directly, not indirectly, that directly affects your students, your kids, without having experience in those classrooms. Now, we're going to go ahead and show you how dangerous things can be when the news media does not criticize. News media is supposed to be there for you, the people, as an extension of you, the people, just like elected officials. But in this case, the elected officials, the way they're voting at the school district, the school board, does not correlate with what you guys are posting and voting for. Because there's a lot of people that are upset about this extension. Make no mistake about it, guys. You guys, I know, even though you may not express here in the comments for, you know, for fear of retaliation, you guys are the ones that should be upset at the news media that is trying to manipulate. How do I know? Because they do not correlate with what you guys are saying. They correlate with what the person that's paying them is saying. Do you see how this thing could get dangerous? Now, we've seen something like this before, many, many years ago. And you guys took it on your own into your own hands and you got rid of the problem. As in the former county judge, David Salcedo. He knew how to get all the news medias together, have them paid so nobody criticizes them. This is very much what's happening right now at the Eagle Pass Independent School District. Do not mistake, guys. This is what's happening, and I'm going to show you. No other news media is bringing this out because more than likely they may be on the payroll. Let's show you what we got. All right. So last month, we requested files from the school district. We did an open records request. Guys, this does not take news media. This does not take, any special sort of skills. You have one of the emails of the administrator, either directly with Mijares, his email I believe is sa Mijares, and then eaglepassisd.net if I'm not mistaken. But if you need it and if you want to request records yourself, we can provide you that. That way you have your medium to request, and you can see. I mean, we requested, and they gave us what news media is being paid with your tax dollars. That's where these people are getting paid, through your tax dollars. Now, what we're trying to show you here is how the trick. This is the trick. The trick that they don't tell you. I mean, there's no disclosure by Mijares. There's no disclosure, Superintendent Mijares. There's no disclosure by this news media saying, "Hey, I am paid by the EPISD." Just so everybody knows, this is a paid advertisement, because if you're paid, he's coming on your show. He's being paid. He's being paid to come out on your show, and for all the love that he got from Eagle Pass Texas News, let's figure out why he got that love from Eagle Pass Texas News, right? It's only fair for us to figure out what the trick is here. Now, let me share that PDF. I just wanted to show you the email that, guys, this is what we're doing. And there is no other news media here well, there is. I'll take that back. But that does it as consistently as we do. There's very few that request these records. Whether there's a reason for that or not, I don't know. But there's not many news medias other than the Maverick Times that request these public records. They're available to you guys too. All you got to do is put in the request through whatever public entity it is, their procedures, follow that through, and they'll send them to you. And I will say, the Eagle Pass Independent School District has been pretty good about answering whatever we ask. Whether they like to answer those questions or not, they have been very good and at least requesting or giving us the information. Um, Let me do this real quick, guys, because we did want to pop on just for a little bit, but we do have a few things to do also. So, you're looking at an invoice. Now, what did I tell you guys? I told you all that. Let me see if I can zoom in here. What was it that we told you guys? We told you all that they were getting paid through the EPISD, and that's relative right there. That's enough for you to see. I'm not sure. Is the print too small? Are we good on that end? Let's see. You know what? Let me show you a bigger one here. That way, y'all seeing the? Okay, y'all are seeing the big one here. Okay, so we see 2023 here. They ran it in May 2025. Vendor PO inquiry. So what did we say? We said that this news media was getting paid from school district, and here you go. 400, 400, 300, 200, 300, 300, 300, 300, 300, 300, 300, 300. So in this period, 3,300, right? A little bit of more here. Here you go. Here you go. 3,300. So this is running from, that's October 2023 all the way to May 2025. So you have 3,000 plus 3,000. What would that be, the total? Grand totals. $3,000. That's a lot of money. Um, no, yeah, okay. You see, it goes from 8 and to 9. So it's giving you the balance out of each, if I am not mistaken there. So here you go. There's the purchase orders, the invoices sent, online advertising, $400, EaglePassTexasNews.com. EaglePassTexasNews.com. Wait a minute. What? Bro, he's claiming to have a website doing online advertising at an EaglePassTexasNews.com that does not even fucking exist. Wow, this is a lot worse than I thought, dude. This is a lot worse than I thought, guys. So, what everybody knows about EPTX News is that they have a Facebook. They run their media through Facebook. We've never seen anything else other than that. If I'm incorrect, please correct me in the comments. I've never seen them have a website. They just run Facebook. Now, if you look at this invoice, wow. We just stumbled onto something, guys, even bigger than I fucking thought. Wow. Wow. Stop the steal. Please stop the steal. That is screwed up. Well, look, I don't know if that website was in existence in November of 2023. Let's go to the newer ones and see if that's still listed. Okay. Okay, I don't see the website here listed. But at some point he's claiming in 2023, yeah, that was a while ago, right? That he had a website. 2023. Okay. We went a little bit further and it wasn't there. Man. EPISH? Who the hell's the EPISH? Anyways, look, I don't know if they used to have that EaglePassTexasNews.com, but if you go through EaglePassTexasNews.com, that is non existent, guys. That is a cause for concern. And now, I will say we do know of one that exists that maybe you guys should go take a look at. Well, you see, that Eagle Pass TX News does exist, right? Not the one that they're talking about, but in this one, it does. Okay, there you go, local news. So this Eagle Pass Texas News does exist, as you can see, but it is not the same one that they were claiming back here in 2023. And I can tell you that because I know who is the one that runs this website. But we don't want to be a gossip. But yeah, guys, anyways, Eagle Pass TX News non-existent. That was in 2023. We don't know if it really existed or not back then, but at least it looks like they're not claiming it anymore. They're just saying advertising rather than putting the website. So at least maybe they're not doing what we assumed or thought initially, right? But yeah, social media content and advertising, social media content and advertising, social media content, social this is just a person that is doing online ad. Look, wait a minute. There's another one. In 2024, claiming Eagle Pass Texas News and Eagle Pass Texas News. As you can see, I don't even want to touch this, man. I don't know what that is. If you guys need us to demonstrate, I mean, we can. There you go. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't trust going to that. Okay, that's in 2024. Should we still give them the benefit of the doubt? Let's go down. I just hope we don't see any 2025 ones with that website there, because. But no, look, social media content. So as you can see here, it's apparent, it's obvious that Eagle Pass TX News does do advertisement, does do something with the superintendent. EPTXN, social media content, advertising, Social media content, advertising, 400, 300, 400, 300. Social media content and advertising. Social media content and advertising. Okay. I mean, he put that website out there two times in two of these invoices. As you can see, that website no longer exists. In 2025, we do not see an invoice where he lists the website. And this is straight from the Eagle Pass Independent School District, guys. So, um, but he is doing social media content and advertising. So you have Mr. Mijares going over here, Superintendent Mijares, going from, you know, a controversial meeting and then going straight and reverting to one of the news medias that he is paying for social media and advertisement, that the school is paying. But make no deal about it, he's the CEO. He knows about every single purchase. He needs to know about every single purchase that is done. I mean, that's just the nature of the position that he is in. So he is very aware about he's very aware that they're getting paid. So, guys, I just want to show you this one real quick before we stop. This is another editorial here that, holy moly. Wow. You are freaking kidding me. I'm sorry, guys. I'm reacting to this in real time. The Latino gets paid ridiculous. Look at that. That's nearly $1,000 every. Oh, shit. Look. In October, twice. November, once. December, three times. February, three times. So you're talking about two to three checks of 980 that's given out to Obdo Norta. Now, what's funny is this is the editorial El Latino. I mean, who was pushing the so-called Mijares, Superintendent Mijares' candidates? The Latino. And look at how much they're getting paid. This is Boku money, guys. Look at that. Three times. Wow. 1,000. That's nearly $1,000, guys. That in some months he got 3,000 a month. Wow. I mean, EPT Texan, I'm sorry for even showing yours, but the Latino embarrasses y'all. Wow. Each time he submits something, it's for almost a G. And then it's two to three times a month of your tax dollars going to El Latino. How do y'all feel about that? Let me know in the comments. What do y'all even read the Latino? Yeah, there you go again. God damn. Is that what all this news media shit is about? How come no one told me? Shit. Man, I'm over here having to work three different jobs and shit. Wow, and it continues. This is just 2022, 2020. Oh my God. This cannot be, bro. Wow. Since 2023, it appears based on the information we got from the school district, El Latino has been receiving nearly $1,000 twice to three times a month since 2023 and very regularly, guys. Look at these. No, sometimes every week, four times. Wow. That's your tax dollars at work. They can't pay your kids school supplies. but they can pay this news media. Do you even have y'all ever even seen this newspaper? Wow, this is fucking ridiculous. Look at oh, this is making me sick. Okay, wait, no, I got a little carried away. Look at that. The last one says zero. Guys, and that's not even the total amount. Oh, fucking wow. Oh, fucking wow. Man, this took a different turn, guys. That is freaking ridiculous. 40,000 instead of hiring a person that can teach the disadvantaged students, instead of helping the disadvantaged students. 40,000? That's just because it's one page, guys. That's not all of it. Wow. I would say that's for the year. You have them over here, 40,000. That's probably the end of the report. Another one over here, 29,000. What the heck is that? Got to fix. You see what I'm saying? Those 40,000 that the news media paid, you can at least pay for better software, Mr. Mijares. Or is that mine? Hmm. Interesting. Let's see. We don't want to blame Mijares for more than what we need to be blaming him, right, guys? Let's download this and let's do it the right way. Okay. So from 2021 to 2022 here, 20,000. Wow, fucking wow. El Latino, boy. From 2022, September 14, 2022, count all that up, to August 18, 2023, 34,000. Damn. From September 2023 to August 27th, 2024, 40 freaking $1,000. In those 3 years, I mean, based on this, what we're seeing, that's 40 plus 20 plus 20, 40 plus 30, I'm sorry, 74 and 20, that's $94,000 from 2022 to 2024, 40, 34, that's 74, 20, $94,000 in 3 fucking years that they paid to El Latino. $94,000, but they can't pay school supplies for you. What? God. If that does not make you sick as a parent, as a taxpayer, wow. Wow. I don't even know what to say, guys. I don't even know what to say. I'm just, I, guys. I'll be honest with you. When I ask for these things, I didn't immediately check all of them. I didn't. I'll ask for things. I'll have them there. Um, in my queue, in my email, I'm addressing other things while I'm asking for those things. I ask for them so I can have it documented. Of not, I mean, I deal with a lot of stuff day to day in my daily work to right now, and sometimes things pile up, right? So that I ask for things and I'll have them in my inbox, and then when I have some time and I get to it, I'll get it out. And what made me bring this out was the fact that Mr. Mijares went to go do an interview with what we knew was a paid media. Now, I thought the EP Texan, you saw what they were getting paid. Nowhere near as bad. Stop the steal with El Latino, guys. 94, 90,000, over $90,000 they've gone in the past 3 years. Wow. Wow. News media is getting rich, guys. And why am I not? I'm sorry. It just, I'm reacting in real time, guys. I hadn't seen those numbers. Those are fuck you numbers. No, fuck you, fuck me, fuck everybody's numbers. Those are what those numbers are. 90 something thousand in 3 years? That is fucking ridiculous for a news media that has less than 1,000 newspapers distributed, with only front and the back that actually have relevant news. Oh, shit. And this is your superintendent, Samuel Mijares, making sure this gets done. I mean, I don't know. Do you guys think that maybe that's why the Latino was pushing certain candidates? They're using your tax dollars to manipulate you. They're using your tax dollars against you to manipulate you through media. And they're paying big amounts of dollars. 90,000. I'm still shocked at that number, guys. How the hell does the Latino make $90,000 from the Eagle Pass Independent School District? He was making 60,000 with the COVID funds in the county under Judge David Salcedo, former judge. He was making 60,000 during COVID. We were the ones who brought that out, along with former Mayor Rolando Salinas. Wow. Wow. Well, you can expect an article coming out from that one, guys, because I that's the first time I saw the Latinos numbers. It is fucking ridiculous, bro. We're gonna ask also those numbers from the city because look, he was making 60,000 over there in COVID funds, which were your tax dollars again. Those were your COVID funds that they gave 60,000 to that news media within a year. In 3 years, he made 90,000 in the Eagle Pass Independent School District. Wow. I don't even know what to say. I, I'm at a loss. Whoa, breaking news. The Maverick Times is at a loss and doesn't know what to say. Guys, fuck, man. Excuse my language, but fuck. Those are your tax dollars. And there's still some people out there that are defending this. There is still people out there that are defending this type of taxpayer fund abuse. That's what it is. Taxpayer funding abuse. And it's ridiculous, guys. How are you going to spend $90,000 in media when that media makes less than 1,000 freaking newspapers and only like 20 get read? Wow. Wow. Guys, shit, man. I was supposed to go to the gym after this podcast. Now my stomach feels sick now. My ass should be in Mijares' office asking for $90,000 or something. Shit. Wow, Mijares. Sin vergüenza. I don't know if the school board checked, to be honest. I do know that they were doing something about this media thing. Um, and if they did know, that says everything you need to know about these people voting for him. Jorge Barrera, Ila Martinez, Victor Perry, Morris Lipson, Tom Gonzalez. I want to know, guys, did you guys know that the Latino was making $90,000 the past 3 years of your budget? Yeah. Wow. Emergency podcast, huh? Sorry, guys. I'm a little bit I'm just caught. I'm just caught back. In all sincerity, we did not know these numbers until we saw them, and it was like, wow. Give me 1 second, please. Hello. I'm on my way. No, I'm on my way. Love you. Bye. All right, guys. Well, we're gonna have to cut this short. Dad duty just came up, and yeah, we're glad that we were able to at least get that bit of information out to you guys. We're going to go ahead and drop out. We're going to have an article coming out very soon about that information we just happened to stumble upon. We appreciate all of y'all that joined this podcast. We had over 45 from all across our platforms watching. Guys, please like this before you get off this live. Like this post because it's goddamn. No, as a matter of fact, don't like it. Put a mad face. Put a mad face because this is bullshit. Put a mad face. Put a mad face, share it. On the caption, when you share it, say WTF. Share this and put WTF when you share it. Because what the fuck? What the fuck, Superintendent Mijares? That's all we have for tonight, guys. Dad duty. Gotta do it. Love my babies. That's who we fight for. And if nobody stands up for our kids, who's going to?